baseball season, and I think there's a lot of buzz going around about face-based this. I mean, especially at LSU, but I think across the country, you got a lot of people that are pretty bought into their baseball program this year. I mean, especially the SEC.
I was at lunch yesterday. Jay had lunch. Speaking with a bunch of the boosters for NIL stuff, and he was kind of giving them a state of the state of LSU baseball, what to expect, and who to look for, and all these types of things. What stood out to me was he's extremely excited about the freshman class, right? He knows he has some impact guys that they'll be in a lineup, and he knows he's got 2 or 3 freshmen arms, but he really likes that he's going to be careful with. The sentiment that I got, that he's going to be careful, he's going to ease them into it, but you're going to see them in big situations. It may not come out the gate starting right away, but you're going to see them kind of increase their role as it.
I think you're 100% correct. And whenever NIL first started coming out, everybody was like, well, getting freshmen and developing them into being great juniors and seniors is over with. Man, that's not going anywhere. They develop people with MLB, right? You get a young guy out of high school, you go develop him for 3 or 4 years, then he goes to the league. That ain't going anywhere. And I think it's awesome that he's super fired about our freshman class because, again, with the transfer portal and NIL, it's like, oh, that's it. You're going to be able to have great freshmen for it.
Yeah, of course. And I think something that's been super important to this team is you were able to get back a developed and very productive player in Bear Jones, right? You get him back, you allow these other guys to kind of fill in around it. They don't have to feel like they have to be the guy early on. The team kind of goes from there.
Yeah, and Jay likes to build, and we've talked about this with football, baseball, basketball. Jay wants to build a team for recruits, right? But he also wants to top it off with transfer guys. He's been able to do that. He obviously got Dickinson in for Recall Valley. He's going to be the second baseman probably, right? And then you're going to have, I think Riley's going to play short, or at least that's what it looks like, and it's leaning towards that, right?
If you've showed up, you've probably seen him on the left side of 9 and over, so it's possible.
Bear Jones back. We got a lot of paparazzi taking pictures of us right now. Jesus, the whole time.
I'm sitting here. I sit here laughing because I got Tommy White, Gavin Dugas, and Dylan Cruz over here but get a Dre. Usually all white, in the all white. But they're over there messing with me, making faces, taking their jackets off, being funny. But hey, I'll tell you what, I'm trying to keep my poise, but this also shows that there's a lot of good tradition over here. It's a lot easier when you win a national championship. Guys want to come back, hey, you finished on that high of a note. Everybody's going to love you, especially in Baton Rouge. But there's a lot of former players in here, which is also...
Hey, you do this thing. So this is the second year in a row we've been here doing this thing. The buzz is loud. And it keeps growing, as you can tell. There was people in here. The buzz is even more this week.
You call about the buzz. This specific area that we're in is the VIP area. It opens from 6 to 7. You would have thought this was the main area. You walk in. They're online out of the door 5:30 waiting.
Yes, indeed.
To get into the VIP area. And that shows you the excitement they have. Obviously, recruiting rankings that from the freshman recruiting class, the transfer class that you had coming back, obviously that builds into the hype. We've talked about baseball a little bit earlier in the week. We're going to start talking about baseball a lot more. We're going to try to get some players and some guests on throughout the course of this show, but
it's a sprint right now. We're pushing to this thing right now.
We had some technical difficulties. It's supposed to be a live show. It's going to be a recording show.
Yeah, it's all good. And look,
providing entertainment.
There's 2 bars in here. You need to realize this. We're not the main attraction here.
We are just background noise to the background noise.
They walk by, give us a look, and they continue on to get their drink. But there's no. I'll tell you this too. We're talking about buzz, and not to knock on the football team, but whenever you finish 8-4, it's like, oh well, didn't make playoffs, didn't make SEC championship. LSU fans, they like to go, all right, football season's over. Now we're going all our chips in here. All our chips are on the table for baseball. We're going to go to the SEC. We're going to try to win SEC championship. We're trying to go win a national championship and have 11 vibes.
I go to say SEC and national championship because that's obviously a stable year, right? Like LSU, every year you expect to be an overall, expect to make a run national championship. Last year they fell short, and honestly, not as short as people may have thought.
Yep, I agree.
One out away, you're the guy. You're the best, George. You're the best.
He's a mid-season former right now. He's not taking anything out. No spring training over here.
I know. Fisting at the LSU baseball bag, but what are you next to us? The George Spruce having a good time. which everybody, one out away from getting to a Super Regional, host to a Super Regional at LSU. Yeah. And then if you do that, I think it would be a favorable matchup. They was at the Omaha. They really get there. They go in this year. They fill up a lot of the holes that they had, and it seems like they're poised to make a run. We talk about expectation. We talk about, hey, we'll see them play out. To me, the expectation was, they don't make it to Omaha. It's not a.
Hey, listen, let's tell the truth about it. At the end of the day, like, people love football here, but when you go 8-4, the season ends pretty quick, and this is a warm weather climate. People love to be outside, so everyone looks forward and looks to the opportunity for baseball season. It is pretty obvious and apparent as you see the people kind of flowing in here right now.
And the expectation. I mean, there's high expectation, like we've been talking about earlier. A lot of tight strike dudes. So this is definitely right now. Now Spartan I can't get by. A lot of former players. Jacob Berry, the Cajun Bambino, K Doty, K Boso.
Look, this is, when you're young and you just removed, this is a great event. Bosman's going to be here. There's going to be a lot of, but to your point, it shows the culture and tradition that LSU have.
Yeah.
Hey, man, Will Helmers. Well, the Will Helmers name doesn't get enough recognition now. Absolutely. They won that game to get Omaha. He's a legend. 7 innings, they're 6 2/3 right on line on scores out of it was unbelievable. But let's go back to this year. Let's talk about some of the players. We talked about some of the freshmen. In this lordship thing that Jay was at yesterday, he was asked, he's going to be a surprise now. Are we somebody that we can look at as far as freshman guy that's going to make an impact? And one of the first guys he brought out was a very carrying freshman center fielder who's kind of forcing his way into mix. I had a really good foul. He's a really good defender. Turned out a bunch of blade to come to LSU. And he's going to be right in the mix with Jake Brown, Ashton Larson, Kirsten, and those guys out there in the outfield. And I think we talk about the infield depth. I think the outfield depth is not too good.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Jake Brown and Ashton Larson this year. I mean, they did play a good bit last year, but, man, you know how much the game slows down as you progress throughout your freshman year, sophomore, or junior year. It just keeps getting slower and slower, and I'm excited to watch them.
I'm going to tell you one. This is an easy one, but for me, I think stuff like this is special when a kid like this comes in and has a chance to be impact early on. I'm very excited to see where William Smith will be this year. Yeah, for him to be in high leverage situations, the arm's too talented for it to sit on the bench if he can throw strikes. I would love to see what is he going to bring to this squad this year.
Oh, and there's a ton of hype, man. I mean, he's got hype built up.
He's got hype. He's got hometown built up into it. He's got everything built up into making a young star here.
That'll be fun.
I think I don't think we would talk about that enough with him with what he said is the talent's obviously there, the size is there. He turned down a bunch of money to come to LSU.
Yeah.
But he's from Baton Rouge. We grew up watching LSU, wanted to be here. And that's one of those cases that you can't really answer. Like, you go look at some of the all-time greats that are from through LSU. Not all of them were the most talented guys. But a lot of them are from Louisiana. They wanted to be here, so they took their game to another level. As he says, what it Nick to play at LSU. He's got all. He's got the talent. Yeah. He's got the ability. He's got, hey, this is where I wanted to be since I was a kid. I think that's a big deal.
Yeah, guys just throw 98 now. I mean, like, here, they got so many players. I think when Chase came on the show a few weeks ago, I mean, he was like, yeah, we got, 15 dudes that throw 95 plus. It was like, what?
But that's a different world. It's different. It's a different world.
Basketball plays a little bit different in 2025, doesn't it?
I think, yeah.
Oh, it's 95. What else does he have?
But here's the deal. You talk about 95, you talk about the blasting, everybody grows hard. That 95, 96, 97 doesn't flow like it used to. Yeah. You have to be able to have some other pitches. And Kate Anderson, here's one of those guys. He can get up to 95, 96 meters outside. His bat ball's electric. Also not a lie to it. Gets out, snooze and misses. The issue wasn't last year was two-pitch guy, hard to control. He's breaking ball because it's so nasty. Yep. And how is he going to be able to hold all that maybe become right at the start?
Yeah, no doubt.
And from what Jay has talked about recently is he's a double coaster. He's controlled his fastball, but he's breaking by hot rather really nice last year. And they're looking at they're working Houston as a pitcher that pitches back, which I love because his fastball ends up being actually electric games of with put out, even though everybody thinks it's breaking balls, put out this. You get ahead with that, or you put an elevated reader. It's a tough deal.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how you're able to put together the rest of the pitching staff. Who is actually going to emerge as the ace? Who's actually going to emerge as the back end of the bullpen? Who's going to be the guy that pieces it together for you on Sunday, or will you be trying to piece it together with multiple guys? This is a whole bunch of very talented, but let's tell the truth about it. There's some unproven pieces on this team, and they're going to have to kind of come together quickly and put this thing together.
A lot of transfers. I saw there were some JUCO guys that they picked up too. I mean, you got there's talent, and that's the other thing.
And you're doing it, you got to come do it in the SEC. This thing's a different beast here, and not only is it different playing in front of the crowds here, but listen, I mean, almost every team in this league is ranked at this point, and they're ranked highly, and they all got talent too.
Georgia LSU game. That is going to be Georgia LSU. Do we play them in a series like Tennessee?
So from all accounts that I've been here, Tennessee is dropping some dollars. $3 referees. A lot of more. So they're getting a lot of these guys. So they're going to be super talented. Obviously, A&M's the number one team in the country. Preseason, they're doing super talented. LSU's obviously super talented. You're going to go through the Butler of the schedule, so these guys got to get ready quick.
Yeah, Tennessee, that's going to be a lesson.
Got to be ready quick. Oh, Jay also mentioned a little press like Jason Evans. Them, from what he's basically insinuated, Payson Evans and Williams just a beach running hard. Both those guys, high-level pitchers, both consistent first-starting guys, both turned down money to come to LSU. Both are going to be key contributors, key parts of the rotation from years moving forward.
And I think they have good leadership, too. I mean, you got and they have good leadership, and that's crucial. I mean, you got to, whenever you're putting together a national championship team, you got to have the leadership, you got to have the veterans, but then you got to have the talented freshmen that come in and make big plays in big-time situations, and I think they have.
All right, the one I'm really interested to see, I want to know, like, where is it going to fit for him? How early is it going to come together? Is there a tick up again in the power that he had? But what does Stephen Milam do in the encore performance this year? Does he pick up right where he left off? Does it start a little slow? But let's not forget, like, slow for him last year was still hitting 300. You just to see the pop with it. Like, where does it go for him this year, and how does it grow, and how does it keep going this year?
Left.
That's what I want to see.
I think he's going to have a great year.
I think so, too.
Even more comfortable. I mean, it seems like he's the type of guy that thrives in high-pressure situations.
Yeah, he wants the limelight. He wants it.
Oh my God! Yes, I mean he said that last year, and I think it only gets better if you can perform and play in that situation and in those, like you said, in the limelight like that. Well, it only gets better, you know. So
he's started better as the season out. Oh, right. As he started getting the postseason play, SEC tournament, he had big.
Wow, that's confidence too.
Sure, and his experience in Europe. But the worry about Milam right now is he played second base. He played a good second base. Jay seems like he wants to move him to shortstop, right? He's got the dub, he got the race, feels like he could be there, but he was hurt for a lot of the fall. So he hadn't really played until the short there, and so that's going to be the first 3 weeks of the fall of the spring. Growing for season are going to be very important to him. He's got to get comfortable playing in his stop position. First scrimmage is tomorrow. First full squad practice tomorrow, Friday afternoon. So he's healthy, he's back on there. That's going to be we will look for. Is he going to be able to get ready for the shortstop step? Right, and then that would do Braswell at third, right? Which I think he has the arm for third. Obviously, he doesn't have to range as far at third base. And I think that's going to be a key spot.
Right, I think the infield is going to be solid. I mean, I know they had to move some guys to different places. I mean, like you said, my going to shortstop. But, I mean, dude, if you play middle infield, if you're talented, you play middle infield. Yeah, in my opinion. I'm not going to say it's going to throw some voodoo on them, but, I mean, look, I don't see it being a big change.
Yeah. I would love to see, too, like, what do you get out of the old, salty, dependable vet out of Pearson? He's still on the roster. You know he's going to play. You don't know where. You don't know when. He's going to do his thing. How much are you going to get out of him? Because guess what? Like, there were some times last year, there were some things he did last year that you're easily able to look over late in the season. Deep fly ball to center. If that thing goes a little bit left or right, we're looking at something different. So, like, he's going to bring another big piece to it. This is a talented team, man, and this is one that deserves the hype that you kind of see here tonight. And if we're all going to get a chance to see how quickly does this thing come together, and then how is it going to play out as well.
I believe you're going to see like the Cade Beloso type impact. I'm not going to say you get 15 homers or whatever that Beloso didn't see here, but the impact of having a guy like that in the lineup with big hits and big hits and big hits, I think you can see all that.
Yeah, if you need him to bat leadoff before a big game and take a ball off the back, he's going to do it.
Yeah, but here's just the guy where, like, hey, shit's kind of going around. Offensively, nobody's there. He's going to be the spark, or he's going to come with the big double or the big homer. Let's say you get 20. But I would not be shocked. I think he plays every year. I mean, every game, all year. I wouldn't be shocked if he had 10.
Yeah, I think you got to remember, too, I think where he is in his career and the player that he is and the leadership role I'm assuming he's taking on this team, he's going to have a big impact on some of these young guys in the clubhouse, right? He's going to be someone that they can look to, and kind of be that eye of the storm, if you will, to be able to calm things down when maybe for those young kids, they may be moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour early on. So I think what he's going to bring to the team intangibly is going to be just as big as what he does on the stat sheet as well.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Nate Yeskie. First time in Jay's career here in Baton Rouge, he said the same pitching coach 2 years in a row. Hey, that's going to make a difference. You're a pitcher. Hey, how much difference that made with the continuity of a pitching coach understanding what he wants to do?
Well, and because whenever you have a new pitching coach come in, they all have different philosophies. They all have different throw programs. Everything is different. And it comes with routine and confidence, and having confidence. Like, I had AD as he was my only pitching coach, but, we knew what to expect when we showed up. January 9th or whatever the first day was, we would show up, and we knew what we were going to get. When you have a new pitching coach every year, there's no consistency. Pass it down. Look at this guy. Thought you just dick. See, help with the boys. Appreciate you. I still. You've earned it. You worked hard. But when you have some consistency, right? It is like knowing, hey, when I show up day one, I got a really good idea of what's going to happen. Because what pitching is all about, having a process, right? Showing up, doing what you do day in and day out, having that process. So whenever you have the same coach, you have a repeatable process. So you have some minor changes here or there, but, man, that's crucial.
Well, let me ask you this, too, because you're talking about the process, but how big is it as well? So, like we're saying, this is Jay's first time having a pitching coach that's got a staff that's got the same pitching coach. How big is it for him to be able to know these guys that he's got more than 1 year with, and how quickly he can learn them, how quickly he can help them, how quickly he can teach them and kind of put them back on the right path right now?
If you're taking a guy and he needs to work on a breaking ball, you don't fix a bad breaking ball or develop a slider or develop a sinker in a month and a half, right? He was probably developing stuff for guys last year that now he's like, hey, we're going to work on this, but come next year, we're going to throw it in the game. He's getting that now.
Which is why I think it's so important for Pete Ayers, right? Because you have an electric guy. Now you have your same pitching coach continuity. You started working on a slider or cutter, whatever the pitch is. He started working on that the minute of the season here.
Right. Yeah. So, and not having a new coach come in and be like, hey, we're going to try to do it this way. Hey, we're going to start pitching backwards. Or, hey, no. And we were talking about this when I first got here, right? And we're going to continue to work and develop these guys for the next few years, and I mean, that's especially when you have a good pitching coach. Of course, So
I'm glad you point. So making that point, does that also help with the young kids? Like, in terms of they understand and they see how receptive the older guys are to them? Does that allow them to kind of get on board that much quicker and understand that, hey, like, this guy's got my best interest, I'm diving right in?
I think it helps you keep players more than anything. Whenever you can have a consistent coach that is developing guys, I'm not just going to jump ship and go to Auburn or Arkansas because I want to stay with this pitching coach. I mean, that's big, man. I mean, whenever you have a new pitching coach every year, then they're like, oh, they're hot, just get rid of it, we get a new guy next year, I'm leaving. No, I mean, that's huge. You can add that now that you go to LSU.
And I think a sneaky conversation that we really haven't brought up yet, a position of being a position of competition right now is going to be the catcher's thing, right? You had a veteran catcher in Lazo for a really long time that didn't matter what pitching coach it was going to be. He was going to be the captain. He was going to keep everybody on the line. He was going to keep the Princeton staff burning it can do. He's not there anymore. You don't add that to the veteran that's been there and experienced So having a pitching coach come back for 2 years in a row and have the continuity of the pitchers that are, they know what to expect from them, but he knows what to expect from the pitchers. So now the pitchers here fall in line. Not everybody's on top of the job or anything.
And honestly, like the pitching coach as well has a great relationship with the catchers as well. So that's a big thing. You know, having a great pitching coach, and I heard that he gets along with all the catchers pretty great.
Hey, that's one for me. That's one for me that I do think I'm curious, because I do think you got to have some serious continuity back there. You got to have someone that every guy that touches the ball trusts back there. That shit's hard to do when you're using 3. It's hard to do when you're using 2. So how much can we get somebody that's going to take the bull by the horn and basically be able to take the lion's share of all of those games back there? How quickly can you pull that together?
Yeah. So who do you think? Who is the starting catcher if they were to play tomorrow? Who's running out there catching?
If I hadn't watched enough to be able to, but just based off of what I've read, what I've talked to, who I've talked to, I think the starting catcher should be Luis Hernandez. Veteran guy, has been in there for a little bit, and he's going to be a guy that you can approach. Now, I think we may start Friday, but I think you're going to see Aaron Beatty in their first weekend. You're going to see him just start the last 3 games. And you may see all 3 catchers start to fill out.
I mean, look, I'm like, I don't want to. Auburn had a situation last year where they had a freshman that was an absolute dog for him at the catcher spot, right? He was one of their best bats in the lineup. Wasn't their best behind the plate, but you weren't taking him out because of what he brought to the lineup. Can Aaron Beatty do that? Can he step in and find a way to say, hey, this is me, and I'm not leaving?
It's an opportunity.
Yeah, well, that's say, hey, I'm really good defensively.
And that's what I said. It doesn't matter how it happens, whether it's with the bat or whether it's behind the plate. Is he able to do it? But look, you got to understand, too, that if it's only behind the plate, that means you're getting so much production throughout the rest of the lineup. Or we're going to have to find a way to get some production there. So it's interchangeable how it can happen, and it's not necessarily based on him, but can one of them step up and actually take that spot?
3 pitchers are going to have an impact this year, right? I think Luis Hernandez, I think Aaron Beatty are both going to have the majority of the pitching behind the plate. Injuries, not counting injuries. Without the Blaze Priester returns for was at LSU, went to me at LSU, I believe, from back that year. He had 7 home runs in the fall. He can swing, okay? They're the DA spot. I wouldn't be shocked. We saw him in the DA spot. This bats there. All 3 of those guys are going to get some at bats. Similar to what happened. Is it last year, 2 years ago?
Couldn't Jared Jones catch too? That's if he has a pitcher today. He's done. He's over.
You think they took the equipment from him?
I would just love to see him back.
Are you State Rebels at third base?
Third base. I would love to see him back there. I mean, that's a dog.
I want him to save them damn knees. Yeah.
I thought I'd see him back.
Fuck question though. Jared Jones with 28 home run judge.
Oh, he is 29.
No, I say, do you think he is? Do you think he has stages?
No, Mikey thinks he hits 40. That's what he's really saying right now. He's not asking that. Mikey wants to know, do you think he's going to get to 40? That's what you know him.
He almost had 3 guys last year get to 40. I'm not saying he's going to hit 35, though.
This is what he's thinking. This is what he's thinking.
Sometimes they say, you run out of hits, run out of home runs. I think he comes back and has a great year, or he wouldn't have came back. If he didn't think, hey, I could go there and hit 35 to 40 pumps, he wouldn't have come back.
The only reason I say this, right? I was talking about Tommy last year, right? Tommy getting back, Tommy having a bunch of hardware, taking 30. Jared being a good player full of the season. He's like, man, it's not that he can't do it. It's just I don't know if they'll allow him to do it. Because he's the only guy. They don't have protection. I think the lineup this year is different than the lineup last year. I think there's no protection for...
How about that? No, you give me the whole time. Oh, yeah, that's right. Great. That's way better. Way better. Way better. Way better.
Okay, perfect. I don't think that... I think the lineup is a little bit deeper, and it's going to be a little bit more protection for Jared Jones this year to where he's not going to be able to suffer from that. Right? So, I'm not 40. I'm not serious about the 40 year.
He is.
So, he is 35.
He is. I'm telling you, wait. He's saying he's not serious right now until he sees Luis Hernandez and all these dudes early on start hitting. And he's going to be like, oh, wait a second here.
I'm just saying, 30-35 is a realistic number.
It is. Look, I will say this. I do think there's more protection power-wise, more power potential in this lineup to protect him. And if that comes to fruition, if those guys play that way, yeah, his power numbers could jump.
Perfect storm, 40 points. Right?
Yeah.
You put him in the perfect storm like you're sitting on sun. There's it.
The record in college baseball is like 43 homers from Lance Berkman. Like, that's stupid. It's very, very hard to get to that, okay?
It's by accident, right?
Very 35. Well, that's the other thing. These jam shot oppo homers is a thing.
Yeah.
You know,
He's bigger than the field that you play on, so it really doesn't matter. He doesn't have to do much. There's not many people you can sit here and say, hey, bro, you just got to kind of touch it. I don't really need you to just touch it.
It's like Judge. Yeah, it's like Judge. Says, hey, Judge has his swing, right? Has a swing. And it's like, well, he gets jammed to go to right field as to go to the fence. Touch me.
So, yeah, it's one of those situations. We'll see. It's going to be, hey, I'm telling you right now, Mikey does him his mind believe he thinks 40's in there. I'm just telling you. I'm not saying that it's not. Mikey's on the plus 50% side right now.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not.
They go 2 weeks into the season, and he's got 4 homers. This man will literally be like 350 with 40. I think it's happening.
If he does do it, he's going to smear it in all of our face.
I think 30 and 35 is realistic. 40 is an outrageous number. 40 is an outrageous. I learned my lesson from the 1,000-yard prediction. No, and Mason.
He had a prediction 2 years ago that Dylan was, I'm talking in fuego. You remember, he was hitting 500 for so long, and he's like, I think he's gonna hit 500 for a year. Me and Lloyd were like, when he hit 500 up until about it was super late, but he was dead serious. Like, this is going to be the end of the season, 500 plus. Ozone, that's where he's at right now. Ozone is where he's at. That's where he's at. You know the place.
I'm not doing that anymore. I learned my lesson.
Mason Taylor's gonna have 1,000 yards.
I do not. In his career, $1,000 in his career.
That's where he's at.
Who cares? See, you're sure. I think 30 to 35 realistic.
We should have clipped the hell out of that and put it everywhere.
40 rate, a 1,000-yard year.
See, that's the respect of life.
Yeah, it was after his freshman year. I was like, well, I didn't know the receivers they were going to have, and then they had some good ones.
I can't enthusiastic.
They had a couple good ones.
I'm enthusiastic.
They had a couple good wide receivers, and I was not expecting Brian Thomas Jr. to have the fantasy for around.
Nobody even
can't. You just got to say it with confidence. Like, you just back it up.
It's going to sound bad.
Put your chest in it. Because when you say it, you got to put your chest in it. That way somebody's like, yeah.
40 points? I see it happening too. Players, okay, so follow predictions. Just follow prediction.
All right, go ahead. What do you want?
What do you count, Garrett?
Put out the situation, we'll give it.
Who's going to lead the team this year in average?
Ooh.
Motion walk.
Ooh.
Good pick.
That's a good pick. I like Milo, man. I'm just being straight up. You got a guy that can do it from both sides of the plate, right? So he's never got that lefty or righty matchup. And if he's able to capture what he had last year and play with that same start, I like Milo with it. And I expect it too.
I like both of those. I'm gonna go Dickinson.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
I'm gonna go Dickinson. That's a good one too. He's gonna be electric, I believe.
Here you go.
Yeah, I think he has a chance. I don't know how much they're gonna run him. If he can run, he has a chance.
I love that.
If he allows them to go, he has a chance to go 20.
No, I love that. I was literally just going to say, are we going to have a 20-base stealer this year?
I think he's the guy. If there is one, I think he's the guy to go 20-20.
I think he will.
And if that's the case, if he's stealing 20 bases, Barry Jones going to have a harder.
You also have to, but if you're going to steal 20 bases, James going to have to be like, hey, we're going to swipe some bags.
I think that's where they're at this year. I think so, yeah.
If you gotta let them still. Yeah, you can't.
All right. So, Narson, average. You have Milo. So Milo, and I have Dickinson. Who do you like as the average? I know your mic doesn't work, but
3 first splits, everybody's a cake.
I mean, I guess you gotta go Barry Jones now. I was thinking, well, Ripper, rates you. All right. So now we got average.
You said average.
I like who's going to have the lowest starting ERA?
Lowest starting ERA. Who?
It's easy pick. I mean, you jumped in there quick. There.
I would second that, but I think Anderson. I mean, if they put as a Sunday guy, although you can get away from yourself on Sundays with runs, but I think Ken Anderson could be a low ERA guy.
I'm wondering if this team, you already said starting ERA, which I understand. I'm wondering if this team is going to be more of a mid-3, high-3, low-4 starters, and then the bullpen is going to be where you're like, oh my God. I'm wondering if that's what we're going to get. So with that being said, I'm on the Cade Anderson thought too, because I just got the feel that this is going to be one of those bullpens that might be just kind of shut down. And all we need is a starter to just keep us in. And I'm not saying that these guys aren't good. I'm not saying that they don't have that.
Get us 4 or 5.
Right. Exactly.
Get us 4 or 5.
Sim, I like the K Anderson pick. Obviously, I like it. No doubt, the shortest pick. I'm gonna stay with my transfers. I'm gonna say Addison's gonna go out there and have a dominant year. I can't pick the same ones, so I gotta keep doing something differently. All right, last one. At the end of the year, game on the line, bottom of the guy, yeah. Who was LSU rely on? You decided.
What are you talking about? On us now? Yeah, it's a big guy. Yeah, I asked Christus.
No, he said on the now.
Who's that? Oh, on them. Thought you talking about we needed a hit.
Let's talk. You got the love back.
On the mound to close it out. Go ahead.
There's that. Same thing. Yeah. On the mound, close it out. Bottom. I mean, we've been in the tournament for a long time.
At the end of the team, the Jay is real. This guy's coming out. You got runners on first and second, 1 out. You got to win this game or you get eliminated. Who's the guy that we're relying on the back end of the bullpen? I know. I mean, I know who it is. But go ahead.
Say Alice.
No, you can say it. Yeah, Guidry. Oh, I thought you were gonna go easy. Yeah,
He's been the guy.
but I think that's one, he's done it, and two, I think he made a lot of strides this offseason to become a better pitcher.
I'm gonna keep banging on this drum since you're taking all your time over there. I'm gonna keep banging on this drum, and I'm gonna go with. Listen, Guidry's gonna be a big part of the back end of the bullpen of what they do, especially if he can stay healthy. I feel a whole lot of what Arkansas was able to capture in about a lot of their freshman closer. I think William Schmidt is going to be a real pride that. I really believe he's going to be in the back end of the bullpen. I really believe he's going to be very confident, very good, and that hometown feel, all of that he's got going on throughout the year, it's going to build, and it's going to be something that he lives on, dies on, rides with, and I think he's going to be able to ride that emotion to do that.
Can we say something that has nothing to do with baseball? This is a unicorn moment. My wife is early.
Wow.
My wife got here before the show started.
She did.
Or before the event started.
Yeah, no.
Not the show. But that's amazing, man. That's amazing. And you know that.
It's good.
That's amazing. That's an amazing feat by her.
Strong performance.
Unbelievable.
Man, I mean, it's a great year. Start on the year strong.
That means they're definitely starting. This means the team's definitely starting hot. It's not going to be a slow start. We got her here early. Like, the team's coming out.
Right, yeah, but I like the Schmidt thing. So you talk about Schmidt. You said you think he's going to be a closer. I don't think it's going to be a closer for long term. I think what Jay's trying to do with him and Evans is he's trying to ease them into that situation. He's not going to throw them out there. He wants them to stay healthy. He knows they're the future of the rotation. He knows they're the future of LSU on the mound. And so he wants them to stay healthy. He wants them to gain experience. He's not opposed to starting them at the back end of the year, right, as they continue to earn that spot. But I would not be shocked if you saw William Schmidt in the back end of the bullpen early in the games, similar to what Vanderbilt did with Sonny Gray, similar to what Vanderbilt did with David Price as a freshman. Let these guys go there, get in big leverage situations because, hey, when you're a starter, that pressure ain't like that in the ninth inning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You kind of learn that already. So, yeah, I like that pick. Any other predictions?
I like all of you guys.
Yeah. Any other predictions that we want to talk about?
Who's leading the team in homers? Let's go ahead and get that one out of here. What are we doing? I know what Mikey's answer is. He doesn't even have the answer. Who's leading the team in homers?
Barrett Jones leads the team in homers. 56. Well, no, but that's like, what?
Who's second?
Who's second on the team?
I'm going to go Dickinson.
I like that one, too.
I think it's between Dickinson and Hernandez. I'm definitely go Dickinson.
Seal with that.
Aaron B. Oh, please, Priester. Do you think he's going to get hot?
I must say,
Let's go see.
You think he did 1-8? I think, dude, he ran about, how many did he have last year? He had like 8, I think.
Yeah, they were happy. It went out.
There we go. You're good. Yeah, you're good. No.
Sure.
Flyer.
There we go.
We're almost done anyway. Yeah, well, we did good. Miles was a good pick. I'm done with the Barrett Jones train.
well, it could be early on, like he said. Hey, he's lead the team second. I think he's going to be out early. Yeah.
I'll pitch out. It's the same lineup.
Oh, we're gonna get some different ones. It's gonna take a while.
I think you're going to see the starting 9 a lot earlier than you did last year. I do. Huh? I think you're going to see the starting lineup by conference, but you're going to have majority. You're going to have 80% of the starting lineup by conference, and then by the back end, when you get to the crunch time, back half.
So you get top 3 or 5 teams in the SEC this year.
A&M, Tennessee, LSU, Arkansas.
Oh, he's got.
Ole Miss. No. I think I'm gonna throw Texas in that.
South Carolina.
See, I'm gonna throw Texas. I mean, they're ranked. Mississippi State's ranked. Who else is ranked in the SEC?
Yes. With what? Hey, South Carolina.
9. 9 of the top 25s. But those top 4 are as good as anybody, obviously.
But look, our biggest home game this year is Tennessee.
I forgot. We looked through the schedule the other day. I forgot which one.
The back half of the conference schedule is the
tailgates. You got some big tailgates are mic'd up in Perkins, but against Lost and got on tailgates.
So we'll throw Altus the last one. Yeah, Altus. We'll do part of Vine. So last 5 weeks of the season. Last 5 weeks of the season, right? You got Arkansas. I don't know how. I forget the order. You got.
Yeah, I don't remember the order exactly. I just know you end at South Carolina, but the last 5 weeks.
You got Arkansas, A&M, Tennessee in a row, and then you have 3 of the top 10 teams in the country in a row, back to back to back.
Once we're there, so
every end of South Carolina.
Oh, no.
We gotta go. Yeah,
We're going to PM.
oh, they're gonna be later. Oh, they said we're going.
No. We will no, but LSU is going to PM this year. Yes, they're fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Crazy game. Well, all right. Well, show's about to start. Not our show, the real show, the main event of the show is supposed to start at 7 o'clock. Tennessee A&M, Arkansas. That's the 3 in a row.
Tennessee A&M, Arkansas.
And Tennessee's at home, right?
Which one's that all?
A&M, Arkansas, both on the road.
So the Tennessee A&M, Arkansas. That's your thing. If you're going to a series, we will have a massive tailgate. What's that date? You're gonna have massive tailgates anytime. So you have
We're gonna ride the party bots. We're gonna have the party bots out there.
We're gonna have RV sword swallowers, flamethrowers. We're gonna throw
He's the girl. Look at him. He's the girl that does cups on there.
You have rep out there, cannons, soap guns, strobe light, Tommy Moffitt bench press challenge, and beer chug. It's going to be insane. Car pencil rolls in the parking lot.
I love that.
I mean, whatever hot rig you want to draw. Right?
Tailgate season's gonna be fire for the boys. No doubt. All right. We appreciate y'all. It's a recorded show, so I appreciate y'all listening to us. It's not our fault. Go Tigers. It's internet's fault. Go Tigers. Tune in to us all on Mik'd Up tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, 1 to 2 as a regular time. We love you. Go Tigers. Peace.